And it's not that kata makes you a better fighter, but it makes you have better control of your body.
Yeah.
And the thing about like holding a side kick up in the air, there's a lot of people that just can't do that.
I can't. I've seen like Dafford, he's the guy taught me Taekwondo, like literally his dexterity in his legs, he'll on one leg, pop, 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 while moving forward, and he'll do it the other leg, like all the way down, all the way back up. Southpaw, orthodox.
I think there's a balance, and I think the balance is between that and maybe
the Thai
like
style.
The Thai style.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find. And sometimes you can go one side too much, but it's just you have to be objective enough to know, okay, this is what I need.
Yeah.
This is how, and you feel your body. You kind of, and for each fight as well, you know what you want to use.
Right.
Like with him, I was gonna throw some spinning shit at some point, but I did.
Nick Diaz has changed what spinning shit is by saying that. We're throwing spinning shit now.
I met him. What's his name? I was it's after I saw Dana and them, so I was walking around with Tony. Shout out to Tony Angelov, and then I see Jay Silva, who's the guy who used to fight. He's a thick boy. He fights, I think, out of Ruka, and he just I kind of recognized, hey, what's up? And then he got me into the club, and then Nick Diaz showed. I said, hey, what's up? How are you? And I just shook his hand, and that was it. And he's legend in the game,
guy.
Cool guy.
He is a legend.
He's still fighting.
Well, he's doing whatever the fuck Nick Diaz wants to do right now.
I just see him in Vegas all the time.
I think he's only going to fight for I think this is. I'm going to go out on a limb here.
Yeah.
I think the lack of the UFC talking Nick Diaz into a fight. I know he's crazy, and he knows he's crazy too. That is a criminal underuse of a valued asset. I think if you wanted to have a giant pay-per-view now.
He's a big star.
Fuck, he's a huge star. So is his brother.
Yeah.
But they haven't fought in forever.
Yeah.
Like, Nate hasn't fought since he lost to Conor in the very close rematch.
The big money fight.
Well, probably. He made a ton of money, and he doesn't live a crazy lifestyle. And I believe Nate just got a kid.
Real?
Yeah, I think.
Nice.
I think I read that on Google.
Yeah.
See if that's true. Nate Diaz just had a child. Either way, congratulations.
Yeah,
Nate.
salute.
Either congratulations you had a kid, or congratulations that you didn't. I love that dude, though. I love Nate, and I love Nick,
the style,
too.
the way they fought.
They're fun.
I remember that Paul Daly fight. I watched it live. Bro.
Yeah, man.
I don't think I sat down for that fight.
You were there live?
No. I was on the couch,
on TV?
but I was standing up on the couch.
That was a crazy fight.
Shit.
He got clipped, too. He's one of the rare people that's got clipped by Paul Daly and survived.
Yeah, come back and then knocked him out. See the way Paul fell back as well?
Damn.
The stanky leg?
It's almost like his legs just gave out. Like he's exhausted.
Yeah, that's what it is. Exhaustion. I keep saying it's easier to knock someone out when they're tired.
Yeah.
Like that fight. What's it? Brad had good cardio. He was able to take it, and I was finding it. There was one I hit him with a body shot, I think a body kick, and he went for a takedown straight away. I pushed him off, framed him, got him against the fence or something. But it's easy to get. Like some of these guys, you can see he never gave me that sign like I'm ready to go. Like when they're ready to go, like I want out.
One of the most overwhelming performances of Nick's career was against Frank Shamrock.
Oh, dude.
That was when I was like, whoa.
Just body shot. He put his head on his chest and just ba, 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 ba.
And
that
also
pace.
talking shit to him, and Frank was like, really? You're talking shit to me?
Yeah, I saw that interview. He was like, I couldn't believe it. It's like... Nah, but honestly, like that pace, even like my first fight, it's sort of Diaz-esque in a way where it's like I didn't do it when I knew he was ready to go. I just put a steady pace, just put your foot on the gas a little bit, but not gas it out.
Right.
Just pop, 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 pop. Find the shot. Find the shot. Find the shot.
Right.
There's no need to it's wasted energy.
Well, you've got a wise approach to just your overall MMA game, but in particular to your striking game. Is that you're one of those guys that's showing people that you can be very exciting, but take minimal. There's a couple moments in that fight where Brad was charging at you, where you're like, hup, 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 here we go, and we're out the other side.
Yeah, 100%.
To me, that is
take the center. People don't take the center, man.
Almost as exciting as watching someone get knocked down. I like watching someone figure out that like the right hand's coming, the left hand's coming behind it. I'm not there. Here I am.
It would have been a clean sweep. It would have been a clean sweep if one judge didn't give one round to him. But I don't know which round he gave because I thought I had all 5 rounds after watching it. So it was like
judging, you can't even
50-45, 50-45, and then 49-46. And I was like, damn, that would have been cool if it was just like a 50-45 clean sweep.
Well, the most important thing was not a judge's interpretation of it. It was the actual performance.
Yeah, and people enjoyed it. Some people were like, people they get caught up in knockouts a lot. Like, oh, he didn't finish Brad though. But a lot of people, the response was, I'd rather see that than just a quick finish because he worked the guy. He didn't get gassed. He didn't, I didn't dip. Maybe the third round I might have dipped a little bit, but I didn't look it. I had my poker face on. I was fine. I felt fresh. And I even said after my last fight before that, like I was based on a 3-round camp. the one I fought in Arizona, it was based on a 3-round camp. And I looked in the camera, I was like, I can go 5 rounds. I told Eugene, my coach, I was like, man, I feel like I can go another 2 rounds easily. And this camp was based around 5 rounds. So after this fight, honestly, I had the reserve ready. I was like, maybe 3 rounds I could have gone if I needed to. But
do you ever anticipate a time where people would have more than 5 rounds at an MMA fight? Most of the
probably
time,
not anymore.
Most of the time, it's totally unnecessary.
Yeah,
but sometimes
I thought it was too long. I was like, I'm gonna get this guy in like 3 rounds. I thought so. I felt so. I was like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me bigging up myself, you know, my own ego. But yeah, I just felt like I would take him in 2 or 3 rounds, but 5 rounds, and I still look good doing it. So I was happy with it.
Now, when you see a guy like Paulo Costa, who has like this, I mean, he's not totally hittable, where like everything you throw, you're gonna hit him, but he's much more aggressive, much more in your face.
You see these?
What? Short arms?
Bro, I stood next to him. He iced me. He's trying to act like he doesn't know who I am, and I saw interviews like, oh, I do not know that guy. It was like, dude, you know who the fuck I am now. You know, and I said after my first fight, because these guys want to pretend, and I don't know where it comes from. Maybe because of years of not getting noticed. So I'm like, don't try and act like, because a lot of guys, they'll creep on my Instagram and then like see me in real life and act all high and mighty. And I'm a nice guy. I like to, you know, be friendly.
Of course.
You know, I like to hug people, say what's up. I at least just nod like, hey, you know, what's up? I know who you are, you know who I am. But some people flex too much. So for him, yeah, he knows who I am. And his manager, what's his name? The fucking gremlin. I don't know. No, he looks like fucking Ariel. Was it Ariel? He looks like, you know.
Waleed Ismail.
You know, Undertaker's guy.
Do you know who he is? Waleed is a mixed martial arts legend.
He fights.
Dude, he fought in UFC 12.
Really?
Yeah, he fought Takahashi. Is that who he fought? Maybe it was 13. UFC 12 or 13. Dude, he choked out Hoist Gracie in a jiu-jitsu match in Rio. When Hoist Gracie had just won all the UFCs and he was a fucking man.
And he fought him in Rio
Waleed
jiu-jitsu.
Ismail, who was a Carlson Gracie black belt. Watch this. He got a hold of Hoist, and this was in Brazil in a giant fucking audience. It was in a soccer stadium, I think. It was a big-ass audience. And
that's crazy.
They wound up going to the ground, scoot ahead. And Waleed got him in a clock choke. And I remember this because at the time, at the time, I was like, maybe a blue belt. And I tapped a guy with a clock choke. I was like, clock chokes are that shit.
Yeah.
And he...
I remember those with the gi.
Clock chokes. With a gi,
I tried it a little bit. I can do it when it's not sweaty, but with my arms, because I got long arms, so I can kind of get it a little bit if I tweak it right.
And Waleed had that constant, Waleed, they used to call him. He had that constant pressure, Carlson Gracie top game, crushing, you know, where you're gonna shit out bone fragments after you roll with them.
Yeah,
that was their style, man. Like, scoot ahead a little bit, and you see Waleed gets that clock choke. So
you can tell he's the guy that's like talking for Paul.
Right here. He got it here.
Yo.
And he wound up putting Hoist to sleep. Hoist didn't even tap.
Yo, he's out.
Went out like a warrior. Yep. Look at that. Look at that fucking pressure. Look at everybody running onto the mat.
You gotta let it go. Fuck, that was a little bit too long.
Well, he didn't know. I mean, he was on the outside.
No, the referee should have known. I saw it was out.
Yeah.
It was limp.
No, you're right.
Shit.
But this was back. See, there's Carlson back then. This was when there was like a bit of a rivalry between Carlson Gracie and, you know.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I mean, Hickson and Hoist and Hoyler, and there was a bit of a rivalry.
He was out.
He was a beast, man. So that
so is he
little
just
guy,
managing now? He's managing now.
He's taking care of fighters and stuff like that, but he's a real legend.
Yeah.
Waleed's a beast.
Oh, his spec.
Yeah.
But like he's the like for real. He's the guy that I think talks for Paula a lot, because I respect him trying to learn English as well. That's one of the reasons I was like, I really want Uriah Hall to win, because he was talking all this shit.
Right.
And if he wins, I want to see him, and I want the build up for that fight will be fun, because I will fuck him up.
You felt like there was holes in Uriah's game, like you were saying, it was like
in his game as well, and in Paul's game as well. There's holes in his game. But
what did you see in Paulo? Can you say?
He gets hit easily, and you don't want. You know how Uriah was tapping him with the jab. Mm-hmm. He doesn't want it to. If I was behind those jabs, it'd be different setups. It'd be a different setup. I can come up with few other pathways after that jab. Like Uriah was hitting the jab, but that's it. Hit the jab, and his chin's up. He'll hit the jab, and what do you do after the jab? After you land it 7 times, you got to do something else with it. You can't just keep jabbing him. If you want to,
it seemed like Costa had extreme confidence in his ability to knock out Uriah.
He didn't respect his jab. He will respect my jab. Like, look at my knuckle. So this is my moose knuckle. This is my regular knuckle. I'll show the
moose
camera.
knuckle.
So So this one's a little. That's from. Yeah.
Son.
No, that's from. What's his name? It got a little bit more swollen because of Brad Tavares. This is my regular knuckle, and like I was jabbing him at first.
Is that swollen right now from the fight?
A little bit, but normally it's just good.
That's a
forever.
rock, son.
Yeah.
That's a triple knuckle. That ain't even a double knuckle. That's a triple knuckle.
Moose knuckle.
Ouch, chihuahua.
Yeah, but yeah, with Brad in the beginning, my jab, he was slipping it. And I was like, all right, and then you just said drop it down. And at one point, he tried to counter it like Tyrone Spong, slip the jab and counter. But I recognized it. I was like, okay, cool. Drop it down, and I hit him with, I think I went down to the legs, and that took away attention from the top. Then I was able to go back to the jab, and I busted him with the jab.
Now, when you train in, do you spend time to work on traditional moves like wheel kicks and side kicks and all that shit that you throw occasionally, or do you throw them into your overall pad work game, or how do you?
The pad work, Eugene, he has his own system, and he knows everyone's different, so he treats every fighter as an individual. You know what I mean? So he knows what he can do on the pads and what I like to pull. And if I have an idea like, oh, try this out, he's open. He's not like, he's very open, man. He doesn't understand. He doesn't try and limit you from what you can do or what you can create. So all the spinning stuff, all the creativity, the things that I kind of bring myself, I try just 2 a.m. just walking around my house, shadowboxing sometimes, you know, just at my own free time. I just think about certain things like, how can I do this different? Even someone like Chad Mendes, there's something he does like